In today's video, I want to talk about CMO and crisis. Basically, give you a little bit of a quick guide to focusing marketing in a time of crisis. So often, when we hit a crisis like we're going through right now, there are all kinds of different things going on in the organization, and marketing can kind of potentially feel like it's unimportant in the moment. But I would actually argue for the fact that marketing is probably one of your most important assets during a time of crisis. So let me go through a few things in particular that you should be focused on if you're a CMO or a marketing director in this moment to make sure that your team stays engaged, stays active, and stays a critical component of what's happening inside of your company or your business or whatever your organization is, because you are one of the most important components during times like this. So first and foremost, communicate. We are by nature and by job description professional communicators. So leverage that skill not only towards and outwardly towards your customers, towards the market, but also internally with your team. You should be, as much as possible, and depending on the size of your team, be spending most of your time actually communicating. That means writing, emailing, doing video production, doing podcast production, whatever that preferred medium is. You need to be communicating. This is what you're good at. So make sure that that's obvious to your organization, and you're actually using those skills to produce clarity in all of the things that are going on. So your customers, the market itself, internal people on your team, your executives above you, they're all looking for clarity amongst this chaos. And we have this unique skill to take complexity and be able to boil it down to very brief, clear points of reference. So do that. And so a part of that is just writing. Get in there in the morning and sort of process everything you've heard over the night and quickly pound out a memo. It's going to be your guide, your talking points memo to all those people you support. Pass it out to your team, pass it out to your executives. That can be a powerful piece of information that happens every day. When I was in the military, talking points memos were a key thing that we used to support our commanders, and we used to support make sure that we were all on the same team. So that talking points memo can be a critical asset to pass internally or out to the market. Work closely. This is kind of goes to the talking points memo. Work closely with your executives to craft appropriate communications. Oftentimes there are so many things going on, we can actually start communicating in an ineffective or inappropriate way, or even just in a sense of sort of being tone deaf to what's going on, or just not know the most current information. And so help by working alongside of those executives to make sure that they're informed with the latest information so that they can appropriately communicate. Give your team important projects. This is one I've been through 9/11 as a business leader, been through the financial crisis in the middle of that as a business leader. And one of the things that I've noticed often happens as we get busier, we get more frantic, taking care of customer needs and requests. Our executives are putting emergency requests on us. Oftentimes we can forget the team, and that team oftentimes is getting a sense of boredom or just being left out of the mix. So make sure that you're taking a moment every single day to think through the important projects that you're giving to your team. Make sure that you're pulling them in, you're leveraging them, you're making them involved, and every single person should have an important project to work on. Right now in your marketing department, some of this could even be neglected things that are becoming more critical and more important in this moment. Things like improving the performance of your website, making sure that it's mobile optimized. Everybody's consuming all of their information on their mobile phones. A lot of people that are isolated to their homes right now don't even have a home computer anymore. So more and more of your traffic's going to be on mobile. So get that technical team, that development team working on doing those optimizations and improving that performance as quickly as possible. No one should be idle at this point in time. Work on getting out a very specific crisis page, a COVID page that informs every everything that you know and how that kind of affects your company's operations to inform customers. Make sure you have that. Make sure that you have an alert bar. There's all kinds of projects. Increasing your content production is another one. So look at every single facet of your team and look for the important projects that they should be working on, and then help to articulate that to your managers and make sure that they're fully engaged. There's no reason not to use all of that talent in these moments. I kind of mentioned this in the last one, but another and critical one is really taking a look at your website. Operations, and for most organizations and businesses, have radically shifted from probably largely offline activities and engagement with your customer to immediately 100% digital engagement. So make sure that your website is set up for that. That means speed, and that means mobile. We've worked with several entities right now. We've got senior living communities that are in a different mode where they're having to use the website to communicate with families because they can't necessarily interact. We've got large churches that we've worked with that have gone 100% online and are no longer meeting. We've got our financial institutions are being overwhelmed with refi requests at this moment. And so we're helping them to optimize those sites, to take in and grade those leads so that they can prioritize all those requests. So make sure and to do an assessment, do an audit of what's going on with your website, and making sure that you're set up to take what is becoming a 100% digital economy all of a sudden. Enhance your content marketing and email marketing capabilities. Again, communication is critical, and so make sure that you are producing at this time more content than you probably ever have. A lot of times people are not producing anything on their blogs. They've kind of neglected content. They've neglected email because other things were working. Again, we've gone 100% digital. So take a look at those things and make sure that you're increasing the content production. You're increasing your email capabilities and communications, because that's what people isolated in their homes. Those are the modes that they're consuming right now. So you need to be prepared and offer the content that they're trying to seek out and consume at this moment. Increase your content production. Recast your editorial calendar. Look through that. So many times we are running marketing automation, and there's been all kinds of examples of where marketing automation is creating ads, campaigns, and content that just seems irrelevant, sometimes even tone deaf to what's going on right now in this moment of crisis. And so make sure that you're taking a look at that editorial calendar and you're recasting it such that it's relevant and at least it makes sense considering everything that's going on in here. Encourage your customers to opt into special communications. This is a unique opportunity to actually get more and more customers are looking to opt into communications. And so make sure that you are making it easy for people to opt into your email list, opt into your text messaging list. That's becoming more and more important. So if you have the capability to text message, that's something your consumers are going to be seeking. So make those opportunities easy and simple. Increase your content in social channels. Again, a lot of times our customers and consumers are not necessarily going specifically to our sites, but they are definitely looking through their social media streams, looking for information. And the people that are doing that the best right now are the ones that they're going to lock into and they're going to use as their kind of monitored source of information during this and other crises. And then last but not least, make sure that you're staying engaged and you're staying informed. Like I said, a good exercise, one that I'm actually doing, is every single night you're consuming, you're catching up, you're keeping engaged. I'm even listening to and paying attention to what's going on out there in the market as I'm working out in the morning, and then as soon as I come in the morning, I'm processing that into a memo or a blog post or a video like this, such that I'm continuing to assist my customer out there in the market to be prepared with everything that's going on and to make sure that my content is 100% relevant and useful to all of the things that are going on during this very unique moment in history with the COVID-19 crisis. Hopefully this has helped. Definitely tune in and subscribe and follow my channels so that you can get more of this content. So everyone, stay isolated, stay safe out there. We'll see you tomorrow.